guys, welcome to Nordic Dip Coaching. Today I am here with my cousin Herman. Today's conversation is going to be all about nudity and sexual cultural differences, and I am so happy to have my cousin here because he has experienced all the different cultural differences, and also living in Finland he can explain about the cultural differences they have compared to America, and I'm gonna let him start this conversation.
Oh, okay. Yes, so I thought that before we're gonna jump into this main topic, I thought that we would first have some warm-up questions regarding culture differences, because there's many examples on how to explore this one.
Yes.
We could, little bit background is that I'm Finnish and I have lived in Finland, but as you know, you're my cousin. So and I also have other cousins in other countries, and then my wife is also a foreigner, so I have like
quite a cultural background.
Yes, many cultures. Since I was young, I have been interested of culture differences. That's something that has been interesting for me. I haven't studied it, but every time I have heard or observed something in anything, that's something that has been of interest. Before we're gonna go to the main topic, let's start with 3 warm-up questions.
Okay.
Or examples. One is a question and then 3 examples. One is an example of this, what we call it, like a personal space. So we all have this personal space that when we talk to someone,
it's called like a box, yeah.
Like
we
a
all
box.
have our boundary box.
And if you talk to someone, there's a boundary where you get too close, and then you feel uncomfortable. And there was in one lecture that I listened to, so this boundary, it's different in different cultures.
Yeah.
So in certain cultures varies, and basically what they have noticed that in quite logically in societies where people are very close to each other, I think New York would be a good example.
Yeah.
I think that there people are, the boundary box, let's call it, is smaller than in Finland.
And there is no boundary box in New York.
Yeah. So,
it's like...
so here's one example how this can, in practice, be a problem. Is that if someone from a country that is very natural to be very close to each other, so then if you come to Finland, for example, where we like more space because it's not so densely populated here. So a person might just without noticing be too close talking to a person, and the person feels very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And usually what the person does who is uncomfortable, they back off. They try to go a little bit, they take the space because they feel uncomfortable. And then the person who's talking might be confused at why you're going away or something.
And take it personal.
Yeah, it might take it personal. So that's like one example on culture differences. Let's go to the second one with a question. And this one is really one that there's no wrong answers. But I think that this one is really fascinating. So also the audience can here participate. But I'm going to ask you, but the question is also to the audience.
And you guys could comment down below.
Yeah, that would be interesting. It's a bit, I have to be careful how I ask the question. Let's ask like this. Imagine for yourself how your ideal home looks like. Describe it to me, how it looks like.
Well, my ideal home, something kind of looks like this. So I want a lot of natural light. I want a lot of window space. I kind of just want it to be with high ceilings. So yeah, so this would be my ideal home setup.
And how does it look outside? How does it look like on the outside?
Outside, it would look like no one knows that I have all this space. So outside, I really wouldn't want it to be like this part where people could walk in and see. So I would want maybe this to be covered and then this part to be shown, so it's not really people can see inside the house.
And how does it, is it a house or is it an apartment or?
I think it would be something like a townhome. So it's like a loft, something that has like 2 floors, maybe even 3.
Okay.
And it has like a stairway and just like, it's kind of like that loft vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is in a city?
No, in the suburbs, or like maybe some place like this where it's not too busy, but you still have the stores not too far. Someplace not too far from the city. Something like Sippo where you could go.
Okay, so it was a townhouse. What's around like this townhouse, like physically? Try to describe it to me.
What would be around it is of course a coffee shop, because I have to get my coffee.
So how far is the coffee shop?
Maybe like 2 blocks.
All right.
Because I don't want it right next to my house, because then there's traffic.
So there are neighbors and there's like, so it's a block. You live in a block. The townhouse.
Yes.
Okay, yes. And that's what a townhouse is. Yes.
So I want it to be something where it's like kind of isolated. And if I don't want to drive, I can still get coffee, but not too close to where the shopping centers are. I don't want a lot of shopping centers around.
Yes. And how close is the like street and stuff like that?
Okay, so I would want the street not to be next to my home. I would kind of want it to be somewhere where it would be like a community living. So there would be like a gate that would have to be opened, and then you would have to drive in, and there would be maybe like townhouses, but not too close. Some like a community setting, but someplace where it's not like my house is on the street.
Yeah. All right. So now you described what is your ideal home, and I hope that who's listening try to kind of picture it yourself. This has been studied, to my understanding. The thing is that when you ask how does your home like or your ideal home look like, it also is very different on the culture. Like a Finnish person would say that the house would be well, this is my impression, I can't speak for all the Finns, but my impression that many people would imagine that the ideal home is a wooden house. It's red, it's somewhere in the forest.
Okay.
There's a big yard. There's no city, no nothing. So it's in nature, and like a sand road in the yard, and there's a car there, and then there's a flagpole there, and that's how I would say many Finns would imagine what an ideal home looks like.
So something like cottage vibes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then if you would ask someone from Brazil or from China or from New York, so when you would ask the ideal home, it's different.
Yeah.
So so the point is that the environment really, without us noticing it, it really kind of programs us or kind of gives us some sort of cultural influence on.
I never even thought about it like that.
Yes,
but that is pretty right. Yeah,
we don't think about it, but this is the whole thing why I'm interested about culture differences, because our surrounding influences subconsciously way more than we realize ourselves.
So you mean influences that are coming to us and that we're not even understanding that that's someone else's idea, and it's not really
it's a culture.
Our idea.
Yes, we could also talk about work culture differences between. Like, and we don't know this, like we have this certain kind of, we feel like what is expected from us, and no one has really told you, but it's just somehow our surrounding has
like a society norm,
and we don't really know or aware of it, how it has affected us. It comes naturally from us. This really shows in an everyday way in all aspects of our lives.
That is so true, because someone else said, oh no, I want to be in the city, I want to be where all of the fun is, and I didn't think about other different people's culture. Like just to have a cabin. Someone like me would say, oh my god, that's boring, I don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere.
And now remember the third example.
Yes.
This is not a question but an example, and I found this to be a fascinating one.
Okay.
So I think it was in the beginning of 20th century, a explorer went to I think it was to Greenland, but it was to meet the Inuit people. And for those who don't know, I mean, just to make sure that these are the people, they live in the Arctic, where there's like just snow and ice and that's it. But
Inuit people.
Yes. Okay. So an explorer went there, and from his habit, he had a gift. He wanted to, when he approached the locals, he wanted to give a gift. You know, like as a act of friendship and peace and stuff like that. Yes. And when he tried to give the gift, they declined.
Oh.
And the reason
that would be rude in our society.
Exactly. What I read this from one book is the reason why they decline is because in their culture it is not custom to give a gift, because if you give a gift, they feel like obliged that they own you something. And when you are in an environment where you have scarce resources, so you cannot own anything to anyone. There's so little what to give that you don't give gifts.
Oh.
So you don't have that much resources. Everything that you have is you have so little property.
But then wouldn't they want the gifts, considering that they don't have much?
No, the thing is that when you have so little, so if you give something, the person who receives it feels like they own you to give something back. And when you're in an environment where you don't have anything extra, you don't want to feel like you own anything back to anyone.
And like you're in debt. Okay.
Yes, and that's why like giving gifts is not rude. It's just like we don't do that.
Okay, so it's like keep your stuff. I'm okay.
Yeah. They have other ways how to show affection or gratitude or something like that. So that's just like warm-up kind of examples now on culture differences.
That was good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get right into, because this is a big topic, guys. We really need to get right into the topic of bodies. How bodies are viewed between men and women, and how the different cultures have made it so you are uncomfortable to do certain things, like show your body, and just how it's abused in society.
I don't know if I can touch on all those topics, but these are just some observations.
Yes.
So, and now you can correct me.
Yeah.
Now, one aspect where I have noticed, in addition, some culture differences is nudity. And especially in Finland, we have certain, how to say, perspectives on nudity, which I have noticed is quite different from most countries in the world.
Definitely.
And I have noticed a big contrast with, let's say, how in America it is. So what I have noticed is that in America, nudity is quite synonymous with sexuality.
Yeah, it's like linked, hand in hand.
It's completely the same thing. Whereas in Finland, that's not quite the case.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's so many examples. It's kind of funny. It's funny how if you think of a woman in a bikini, it's like 98% like skin.
Yeah.
Like only the like few strategic locations.
It's just like a bra.
It's just
panties,
like that is not like at all sexual or completely okay. But then when you remove the 2-3%, then it's like, okay, this is inappropriate.
You could be on a beach with a thong, because sometimes you can wear thongs.
Yeah.
And it'd be okay. But God forbid if you are like naked in like a swimming hole. It's like, oh, that's inappropriate. How dare you show your kids your body? But you could be at a beach with your kids. Yeah.
Just interesting, like where we have a culture and it also differs, I think, in Western countries that where goes the limit, like how much skin and so on. Okay, so let's give a few examples. So in Finland, like nudity is not, of course, it's also sexuality, but it's not only that.
There's a time and a place, I feel.
Yeah, it's more. It's, let's say, we have a more natural approach to it. That being nude is also normal.
Yeah.
So to give an example, if you would go to a public swimming hole, which is very popular in Finland. So when you go there, so of course we have the men's side and the women's side. Women's side. So that's. But when you go inside, we don't have our own.
There's no stalls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everyone from children to the senior. We all undress and change
in front of the parents. Kids are with the moms.
Strangers and stuff like that. So everyone gets very much exposed to other people's nudity of the same sex. Yeah. And this is very normal. This is nothing that's like, we all understand that this is, it's normal. Like it's
just a part of life.
Yeah. And we can come back to it, but just to mention is that I think that there's good in that. I know that this might be very uncomfortable for many people, and that's fine. I'm not saying that our
You're not saying to take off your clothes and walk down the street. No.
So I just want to highlight that this is more education. I'm not saying that this is something that other people should do or change. I'm just saying like how we in Finland, and of course if we are as a Finn in another culture, of course we respect that.
You have to respect of course other people's cultures.
And also if other people, like in some other countries, swimming hall, a Finn would feel uncomfortable getting naked if that's not the habit.
Yeah, because then you're being stared at. Like,
exactly. But anyway, so in Finland it's normal, and I think that we can talk about that more. But I think that that's healthy, where everyone can see what a normal body looks like.
Yeah.
My concern is with let's say American society, where,
and this is a big one I think that we spoke about.
Yes. We can talk about this. Is that my understanding is that in America it's very strange for your 15-year-old son to see your father or your father seeing you naked.
Yes,
I think that's like for us it's very, like I go weekly to sauna with my sons.
And you guys are naked.
We are naked. And I think that, I understand it's uncomfortable, but I would bring another aspect. I think it's very important that people see what a normal body looks like. Because if you're only exposed to this really trimmed ideal Hollywood bodies or in pornography or something.
And which in America, that's really all you see.
If the only time that you see a nude body,
that's it.
Besides your own body, how are you going to know that what is a actual everyday body looks like? That's my concern. That's my concern in a society like in America and many other ones, where that if you don't get exposed to see,
you don't get to see that. And I feel like when you don't see, sagging or like the aging or certain things, as soon as it happens to you, you feel like, is this normal? Is this how it's supposed to be? And the one thing that I have noticed in Finland is you don't see a lot of body contouring as you do in the States. Like in the States, you see a lot of tummy tucks and lipo and taking out here and putting in here. As of here, you don't really see that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember many instances because it's like being in this public swimming hall. But now when I've been a bit more aware, there's a few examples that I do remember.
Okay.
I do remember one time I was in a public swimming hall and we were undressing and changing our clothes. There was some young teenagers, I would think like in their between 10 or 15.
Okay.
And a bit from a distance from us, there was a older, like maybe in his 60s or 70s, so much older body, and that's completely normal. But he had in his testicle, it was really grown. Like something had, there was really like a something really had to, I don't know
maybe
what
a tumor
maybe, but see really something that like even in
and it could stand out. Yeah,
it really stood out to see like, whoa, like that's something unusual.
Yeah,
people are very respectful, like, you know, we understand that, you know, everyone has he's a senior
body stuff. Yeah,
but I remember that these young boys, that they noticed it and they were like not staring it, but they were like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, I think that's life, you know.
Yeah, because you are exposed, and that's the other thing that comes with showing yourself.
Yeah.
And some people aren't going to be used to what they see.
So that's like, we can talk about more about the being exposed to the nudity. And also me and my friends, like we were joking when we talked earlier.
His friends, guys. I still haven't met these friends. So guys, if his friends are watching, please leave a comment.
Well, I don't know. One of my favorite activities with my friends is that my friend has a cabin in a natural reserve area by a lake, and so Finns really love, so there's a lot of nature in Finland, so Finns,
beautiful nature.
So Finns love their cabins. They go from the city to the cabins to kind of relax and go to sauna and swim. That's what we do throughout the year, winter and summer. So what we do is very normal, is that we go to this cabin and sauna, and we are naked. We go to sauna, we go at night, we go swim at the lake naked.
We could never do that. If I was to tell all of my girlfriends, come, we're gonna be naked by the lake, we would have to worry about who's watching and what's gonna happen. And
yeah. But again, I think that's good. Like,
I think it's good too.
And our friends have different body types. We joke about like, oh, I have gained some kilos, but but we never look. But we sometimes we comment like, oh, I gained some kilos and I need to slim down. Being naked in front of each other is super normal. Being naked is really natural. Yeah. It's really normal. So we don't really think about it. What's more bonding is like being in sauna. When we are in sauna, for some reason there we usually open up, we talk and open up, but it has nothing to do with nudity. Okay. Somehow the sauna environment is
meditate and talk.
Yeah, I don't know why we do it there often. And now comes like a example that I know might be for Americans very frightening and very strange. And so if we go back to the swimming hall, to the public swimming hall, so then maybe some of you might have already thought that, what do you do when you have children? Yeah. So the children, like everyone, are naked, like from age 0 to age, so teens and up. Yeah. So you see children naked and see everyone naked, and there's even a rule, I think it's up until 8. Okay. So until 8, like, you can bring children of whatever sexes. A father can bring, perfectly normal, can bring your daughters, age 5. Okay. And they just walk there naked. Well, in America, they would see that as molestation, and you're being a pervert. Yes, you will go to prison. But in Finland, that is normal. That's the normal thing. You're telling me that you can be with your friends and you could have a daughter that's around 8 and she's naked and it would be okay? Yeah. Okay, you see? So this is a huge culture. And the young boys, and like boys 6, can go to the women's side and he's naked and he's there and no one is going to really... Now, why do you feel like it's so extreme here and that we would consider, and it's so like that couldn't happen? I know that saying this, I understand now more the American society. Yeah. I know that for many this is like a completely no. Yeah. And I'm not saying that this is in Finland, this is what works and this is part of our culture, and try to see quickly if there's any studies, but there's no, like, I can be wrong, but to my understanding, like, let's say like crime of pedophilia. Yeah, that's the question. It does exist, but I don't, to my understanding, like pedophilia crime and stuff like that might be higher
rapid in the United States.
Yeah, to my understanding. Not one single time so far have I seen any statistics that in a Scandinavian country, pedophilia would be
or like the high rise.
Yeah, not to my understanding, no. Yeah, no.
Okay, so here's a question I have for you. Do you think that that's the reason because it's the taboo of not seeing a kid's body to like where like in the States it's like, oh, I get to sneak and look at a kid's body to where it can be kind of a big thing?
I don't know, like I have thought about this because I remember like when me and my family, we went one time to London for being tourists. And we were like in London and I saw this elderly gentleman. It was just in the public in a sense. He had a camera. In the corner of the eye, I could see that he had a zoom camera. And I could see that he was zooming in a little girl's like under the skirt. Like he was a pedophile. Like he was really like he was taking videos of another girl somewhere there, just sitting at stairs and kind of like trying to look at her intimate areas. He was trying to do it hidden.
Okay.
And I could see from the small screen that he was zooming on, you know,
right in between the skirt, under the skirt. Okay.
Yes. And I actually called the police there.
Oh, that's good.
So it was very disturbing because I had never seen anything like that. Was the first time I saw someone who clearly was like a sexual predator
and was an adult looking at a little girl.
Yeah, and he was and he was like a late 50s, 60s, just a normal guy. Like he looked very casual British guy,
as they all do.
Completely harmless. But the point is that again, pedophilia exists everywhere. I'm not saying that, but I and there have been some cases in Finland. There is, but I have never like seen it. The reason why I'm kind of like thinking and doubtful because it would be good that I would have some statistics to say. So I'm a little bit careful to say, but let's say like this: that my understanding, the sex crime in pedophilia is not above the normal. That's maybe a safe way to say it. And there's also other examples how the culture differences, but maybe let's keep to the topic. But yeah, so the point is that young children everyone is naked among each other. There are some examples where it differs with families. So let me give an example. So me and my sisters wouldn't feel comfortable going to sauna or like being naked.
Okay.
We wouldn't feel comfortable with that. So when you are like so among family members with different sexes, then we are adults and we don't feel comfortable.
Adults is different.
Yeah, yes. But I have met some Finns where he was in his maybe 20 years old.
Okay.
And he said it's like he and his sister goes to sauna.
Oh.
And
it's just natural.
Because they have done it since they were children.
Yeah.
And they have seen their body grow and it's normal. And
so have you guys. You guys have done it since you guys were
I'm the youngest one. And there's a big age difference. And also we did go to sauna, but not that much like our family, at least that's what from my perspective.
Okay.
I really don't remember us going to sauna so much as a family. That there's many factors among Finns even like what is like where's the limit
and what's acceptable.
Yeah, but I think that if a family has gone since childhood really regularly to the sauna together, so then seeing your brothers and sisters naked is not that big of a deal.
Okay. Speaking from me, so I used to go with my grandpa to the sauna. And I was probably around 7, 8.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And it was totally natural. And because it was a community sauna, there would be other guys there.
Yeah. Okay. So you have. Okay. That's good that you have your.
Yeah. I felt normal. And for me, being a Finn, I'm more the type to be okay with just being, you know, naked and not dressed. To where all my friends would say, "You're the one that's always naked. You're the one that just takes off your clothes and is okay." I'm comfortable and that's what I've known.
But I want to ask that. So, do you remember at all, like when they took you to this public saunas and stuff like that? Like, do you have any memories, negative memories, or how?
I don't have any negative memories. Like you're doing your own thing. There was a whole bunch of other people there. So, and there was a whole bunch of naked people, women, men. So it felt like it was a normal thing.
Yeah. Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, because I have noticed that at a certain age, when maybe in the teenage years, if that's the first time they come to Finland, then it might be more challenging to come to.
So, and my sister was here. And we went to the bathhouse and we were both naked. Fine.
Yeah.
It was okay because I think that we were used to that.
Yeah.
So for me and my mom, she's come and me and her have been naked and my sister. So, and as a family, we have been.
Maybe this is a good segue maybe for one maybe final good example is that when you're in a public swimming hall, is that so first you kind of undress and put your clothes in a locker.
Yeah.
And then you take your towel and your bathing suit and your shampoo and stuff like that. And then you move to the showering area and the sauna area.
Yeah.
And the shower area is again very open and
it's just like
young,
one big shower.
And then people, if you want, you can go to sauna, or then you put your swimsuit or shorts on and then go swim. Yeah, it's quite common that a cleaner comes there, and the cleaner is always a woman. So it's not a guy. It's like against the rule that it cannot be the cleaner has to be always a woman, because the woman is more acceptable in society to go to the both sexes, but not a guy.
Yeah, no.
There cannot be a guy cleaner going to the women's side.
Women have to be with women, men have to be with men.
But women can come to the men's side. So I have seen like a woman fully dressed like as a cleaner job, and she pushes this machine that washes the floor, and there's
you guys are just naked.
Everyone is naked, and she goes like there, and the best example. So again, that might be comfortable. Of course, when that happens, like I feel slightly uncomfortable, but it's just like I don't care.
I felt slightly uncomfortable when, guess what? I was in the bathhouse naked, and there was guys coming in. Yeah,
much more uncommon. I mean, in certain situations, it might be acceptable, but it is more uncommon that men can see women kind of naked.
Yeah, especially when the man is. Actually, he had clothes on, so he's dressed, but I'm naked.
Yeah.
Which is kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah. A woman cleaner comes there and cleans, and that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
And one time, and I still like have to kind of think that did I really see this? But one time there was a woman who had a hijab, a Muslim, and she was a woman, and she was there cleaning.
And which is very rare.
I was like, wow. It didn't bother me, but it was just like. It
was like, wow, go girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this with you. The fact that sexualization in the United States is the way it is because of the bodies we do get to see, which is in the movies and in the sitcoms. And when you do see a nude body, it is preferably perfect, as one would say. How is a real body and portrayed here?
Okay, well, for one thing, the Finnish movie industry is not that big.
Okay.
I mean, there's only,
BBC is big. We love BBC, guys.
No, BBC is no. I mean, like Finland is only a population of 5 million.
Okay.
So when you make a Finnish-speaking movie, it's a very limited
target. Okay. So they gotta use what they can use.
So the budget is not big, but in a Finnish movie, it is not uncommon to see naked people.
Yeah.
But when you see it, it's like
how are the bodies? Normal bodies.
Normal.
So then you see stretch marks. You see hanging, You see aging.
I haven't seen that much Finnish movies, but yeah, it's not uncommon to see like a naked body, and it's more like it's not making fun. It's more like we like to sometimes laugh to ourselves or something like that. So, but it's just like it's normal.
Okay.
Because we were talking about, this Wolverine actor, Hugh Jackman, played the Wolverine character, who was very muscular. And he's not the only one. It's also like other male actors.
And they have to get buff.
Yeah, so when they know that there's going to be a scene where they're going to be shirtless and they have to show the body, so they go through a very strict diet where this is not healthy. So
don't do it at home.
Yeah. Even they say that this is not healthy. But what they do is something like this, that they stop drinking water like 2 days before they do the scene, so that the water between your skin and the muscle kind of your body uses them. So it
just sticks.
Yeah, so
muscle to skin.
So it'd be ideally just skin and muscle. So then it looks very muscular. And that's not normal. Yeah, and that's the problem, is that's my concern, coming back what we talked earlier, that if you don't see what a normal body looks like in societies where you don't see that, and you only see these people,
and that's all you see.
And so I mean, States, you easily get this, what is it called, like,
and depression,
body dysmorphia.
Yeah, where like you hate your own body.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like,
and for you looking at that big muscle guy and like you trying to feel like that, oh, why can't my body?
No, the funny thing is that when I see a scene like that, and I'm aware
Okay.
That's not normal. Even then, it's hard for it not to influence. Like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to really be muscular?
Okay.
And I'm fully aware that it's fake. I know that even they in
but
the
you
everyday.
still have that.
Yeah, and that's me being aware, and it's hard, and it still it has this impact. So I can only imagine the impact it has on those who are completely clueless, and it just. You know, I am concerned of, again, I'm not saying that our way is the way, but my concern is that if people don't see what normal bodies look like, and they only see very ideal or fake bodies, I'm concerned of what that does to
and does to our kids. Yeah.
Kids and adults. I do remember there's one Instagrammer I do admire that she basically is very honest about her body. Like
I'll tag it.
Yeah, like she shows example how she shows like a video on how you twist your body to get the perfect Instagram shot.
Oh yeah, like you put like one leg. Yeah.
And but then she has this like. Then she like jumps, so she shows her silicone marks and all that.
Oh,
she's very open about it, and I really admire her. That
so then I'm gonna leave it down below.
I would try. Yeah. So I really do think that she earns some credit, and because she tries to kind of communicate like what a normal body looks like.
Okay.
Like that's friendly for Instagram.
We need more of these people.
Yeah, I really salute her. I think that she has a tremendous positive. Impact not only for women, but I think also for men. Like if young boys or something like they scroll, so they see like, because if boys only see like
yes, that is another one. Perfect
like girl bodies.
Yeah.
So
then they strive to look for that, and then as soon as they get with someone and she shows a real body, it's like, oh no.
Yeah,
that's not how a body should look.
Yeah.
You should have this. You should have that.
Exactly. Yeah. To my understanding, I mean, biology is that men are looking for healthy women,
curvy women, guys.
So if they
women
see,
with some meat in them. Okay?
so if something is normal, but they don't know it's normal, so they might get confused and they might reject someone,
and then they run away from that.
Yeah, but fortunately, to my understanding, is that now there's more campaigns where they have more in advertisement. Like normal looking women.
Yeah, we will definitely be having another conversation about this because I think this is a very important one. I feel like our kids really need to just be exposed a little more and start loving their own bodies and start loving the fact that you are gonna age and your body is gonna change and it's okay and it's beautiful. And I'm so happy that my cousin was here to come and do this video with me. I'm gonna be sad that I'm gonna be leaving Finland, but he's gonna be finishing the work here, guys. Okay?
But maybe to finalize is that like if you're listening and you kind of agree about the problem, so I mean I agree that the solution is not to start being naked in front of your children.
Don't start telling your daughters, come on.
Because I understand, again, this is culture differences. So I don't really know like what would be the solution. I mentioned this one Instagrammer. I think that one is a good example, maybe.
Yes, and I'm definitely gonna leave all of her stuff down below.
So that could be one example who's like, let's say, more acceptable maybe in American culture, to show like, oh, here's a woman who kind of shows you like what is a real woman body looks like, and she's showing how to create this fake kind of Instagram photo.
Contour look that you think is real.
So like that's like one example maybe how to address this issue if someone wants to do.
We need to start to support these people because I think it's really great.
Yeah, so this discussion was more about just sharing like perspectives about different culture differences. The world is big and
very big.
People come from different backgrounds. Not really kind of giving that much. This was more like a discussion, not really...
like I think it was just to sit down, just to have a conversation about the different cultures. With your cousin and stuff like that. This is family time, so we wanted you guys to be here for it.
So that's it. Thank you. It's always wonderful that when you are visiting.
Thank you, guys. And guess what, guys? I know that he doesn't want me to mention this, but he's gonna be starting a YouTube channel. So we're trying to get him, I'm trying to get him comfortable with the camera. So as soon as he does, I'm gonna definitely be promoting it. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.